Welcome to another Poker Warden show. I'm Dave, I'm the Poker Warden, and I'm here to give you your updates, your news, your everything that's going on right now with the World Series of Poker, and maybe some other things that are going on in Las Vegas as well. It was a long night for me last night as my Cavs, I stayed up to watch the whole game, which on the East Coast didn't end until like 12:30 in the morning. So it was a long night, but I'm here giving you guys your updates today. Hopefully our Cavs bounce back just like I'm bouncing back this morning. They need some coffee, some pick-me-up, whatever they need. I don't know, they need it for Game 2 Sunday. But we're going to start off with our recaps. As we all know, our first bracelet was handed out yesterday, and that was in event number 1, the Casino Employees event that was given out to Fedor Holz, who won $69,000 and that gold bracelet for his efforts. He overcame a field of about 651 runners, and he won our first bracelet of the World Series of Poker Summer. Event number 2 is down to 6 teams out of the 51 that started the day, and they're going to come back today, and they're going to play down to a winner. Here are the remaining chip counts.
Here are the 6 remaining chip stacks for the tag team event. As you can see, it's led by Team Daniel Negreanu, who has a nearly 600,000 chip advantage over his next closest competitor.
Each team is guaranteed at least $47,000, and they're playing for the top prize of $274,000 plus that gold bracelet. Now, as we all know, Daniel Negreanu every single year has bracelet bets, so he's putting people on the sweat right now in event number 2 because his team, as you saw in the chip count, is leading by over 600,000 over the second place team. So he's got a really good shot of bringing home a bracelet in event number 2. Now I know his goal is to win 3 bracelets for this year. He shows it in his vlog. If you guys haven't checked out Daniel Negreanu's vlog, he's blogging almost every day of the World Series of Poker, showing you guys behind the scenes. Check that out. I'll put a link down in the description for his channel. But also, it just shows the importance of mentality in poker. When you're positive thinking, positive things happen to you. They only started day 2 with 78,000 in chips, and they ended with almost 1.5 million. Daniel Negreanu played most of the day, and he got his team as he went on a heater once they reached the final table. So, mentality in poker. We'll probably do another Poker Warden show about that after the World Series, but for right now, always keep a positive mindset whenever you're playing poker. Event number 3, the $3,000 No Limit Hold'em Shootout, got 369 players and reached the end of the day with the completion with all the winners winning their table with 50 winners. So here are the payouts for event number 3.
Here are the payouts for event number 3, the $3,000 No Limit Hold'em Shootout. Now, by winning your first table, you guaranteed yourself a prize of $6,400. Now, there are no difference in pays from places 11 through 50. Basically, you have to win your next table in order to guarantee yourself a prize jump. They will have 10 tables of 5, since there are 50 players left. Win your table, you guarantee yourself at least $14,675. But everybody left in the field is still playing for that $230,000 up top and that gold bracelet.
They're going to come back and they're going to play 10 tables of 5 players. Win your table, you move on to the final table tomorrow. Some notables that are still in is Barry Greenstein. He was the last table to win last night before the end of play. Jean-Robert Balland, you may know him. He's a poker player. He also participated in Survivor. You may follow him on Twitter. He's broke living, but he's doing pretty good now. He's guaranteed himself at least $6,400. Also, John Racner is still in the field. You may know him. He made a final table run back at the early days of the November 9. Jared Jaffe is still in the field, as well as Dominic Nietzsche. So those are some of the players that are still in the running. See your full chip counts and live updates all on Poker News for event number 3. Also, an event that started yesterday was the $1,500 Omaha 8er better. Now, they got about 901 entries. Again, for the first 3 open events that are recurring from last year, all entries are down slightly from the numbers from the prior year. This event attracted 934 players last year. This year got about 901. So still a decent payout for first place. Check out the payouts for event number 4.
Here we have the payouts for event number 4, the $1,500 Omaha 8er better tournament. As you can see, 136 people will get paid, and the minimum cash will be $2,253, and all the way up to first place, which would be $238,000 and that gold bracelet.
Here's your chip leader for event number 4, who leads with about 254 players remaining, with 136 of those receiving money.
Event number 4 is currently being led by Rex Clinkscales after he made a late run at the end of the day to bag the chip lead with a little over 96,000 in chips.
Some notable players left in this field is Jeffrey Lissandro, Victor Ramden, Alan Kessler, and David Bach. Play is scheduled for 10 one-hour levels, with the remaining players coming back tomorrow to play down to a winner. The final event that we have to give you an update on is that $300,000 Super High Roller Bowl. As I stated yesterday, they started with 3 players who at least were guaranteed $2.4 million. The short stack, which was, I know I'm going to mess up this name, Stefan Schillenhabel, I don't know. Probably messed it up, but he finished third. He was a short stack. He only started the day with about 15 big blinds. He went out for the $2.4 million third place prize, which left Jake Schindler and Christoph Vogelstang to battle it out for the $6 million first place prize and the bragging rights of being called the Super High Roller Bowl champion.
Here is your Super High Roller Bowl champion, Christoph Vogelstang. Vogelstang overcame a 3.5 to 1 chip disadvantage to plow back and win the tournament, and his 10-7 outlasted Jake Schindler, who finished in second for $3.6 million. Vogelstang, as you can see by that big pile of money in front of him, won $6 million for his first place finish.
Congratulations to Jake Schindler, who received $3.6 million for his second place prize. There was a photo that I tweeted yesterday that pretty much showed the agony defeat with the joy of winning.
This picture was tweeted by High Roller Radio, and I retweeted it yesterday. But as you can see, Jake Schindler looks very, very depressed after he lost and came in second place, which is generally how you feel finishing in second place. And then you look and you see Christoph Vogelstang, and you just see the joy and the excitement of winning that huge pile of cash in front of him. But this picture just basically encompasses what the end of a tournament is. You got the loser, the second place finisher, who's pretty much got despair on his face. Then you have the winner that has joy and excitement.
An interesting fact to note with Jake Schindler, if you watch Daniel Negreanu's vlog from day 1 of the World Series of Poker, he also noted that he had a little side bet going on Jake Schindler in the Super High Roller Bowl. So he actually won $100,000 by Jake Schindler coming in second place. So again, Daniel Negreanu is on a roll. All right, so that's it for all of our updates. We had 4 events still in the running. 3 of them are still in play right now. The $10,000 tag team event, the $1,500 Omaha 8 or better, as well as the $3,000 shootout. New events that are coming on the schedule today. Let's check out our calendar. So, June 2nd, we have the $565 Colossus, and then also the $111,000 one-drop tournament. So the Colossus is going to have 2 starting flights today, one at 10 a.m. and one at 4 p.m. Those are obviously all at Vegas time. It's a $565 buy-in. Last year, in 2016, they had a little over 21,000 people sign up for this event. There are going to be 2 flights, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All of those then will then combine to play day 2 on Monday. So players start with 5,000 in chips. Blinds start at $25.50. They're scheduled to play 18 30-minute levels to complete day 1. Last year it was won by Ben Keyline, who won the $1 million guaranteed first place. And again, for 2017, they are guaranteeing the prize pool to be $8 million, as well as first place is guaranteed to be a cool $1 million. And that coveted gold bracelet. Also, with the Colossus, what you can do is you are allowed to re-entry 1 time per flight, and you can play as many flights as you like, as long as you bust and don't bag chips in a previous flight. So we'll see if they get close to the 21,000 entries. Again, as I stated, the first 3 events that are recurring have slightly dropped in their entrance, but it's still early in the series and prizes are still big. everybody's still excited to win a bracelet. So it brings us to our next event that's starting today. It's the biggest caliber event probably of the series besides the main event and probably the $50,000 Players Championship, and that's the $111,111 one drop high roller tournament. Again, this is a charity fundraiser for the One Drop organization. If you don't know what that is, it's a charity that raises money to provide clean water. I'll put a link down in the description to the video. Make sure to check that out, and if you can donate, feel free to donate some money to the One Drop organization as well. This event is the $111,000 version of this event. It's held every other year. Last year it was the $1 million buy-in tournament, which was a big event, prestigious, everything. This year they're bringing back the $111,000 version, which was in play in the 2015 World Series of Poker. That event attracted 135 runners and was won by the 2010 world champion Jonathan Duhamel for a near $4 million payout. So it should be interesting to see how many entrants we get from this event, especially when we just had the Super High Roller Bowl. But we will see. I'm sure it's going to be filled with all the who's who of poker. Make sure to follow hashtag World Series of Poker 6 for all your one drop updates, and as well as follow along on Poker News and WorldSeriesPoker.com. Today they are scheduled to play 10 one-hour levels, and players will actually start with 500,000 in chips in this event, and blinds will start off at 1 and 2,000. Now it's interesting to note a lot of the main events of the World Series of Poker, you start with 5 times your buy-in for chips. The only exceptions to that are your $565 versions of the events, which you start with 5,000 in chips. But the 1,500s, the 10,000s, all those you start with 5 times your buy-in as your starting stack. Those are your new events for the day, and that goes it for our update video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please follow along on Twitter, RealWarden8931. I'll be tweeting throughout the day, throughout the events, giving you updates of what's going on. Also, I'll be putting these videos out pretty much daily unless something comes up where I'm not going to be able to, but I'm going to try to put them out daily for you guys. Also, let me know if you have any questions, any comments, any feedback. Put it down below in the comments. I look forward to reading those and also interacting with you guys as well. If there's something you want to see me put in, if there's something you think I'm missing, let me know and I'll add it to the videos. But until next time, I appreciate you guys watching. Remember, today will be hashtag World Series of Poker 5 and hashtag World Series of Poker 6. And then we'll follow along and see who wins the tag team event coming up today. And we'll see who makes it to day 3 of the $1,500 Omaha 8 or better, as well as the final table of the $3,000 shootout. So follow along with Poker News, with myself, with WorldSeriesPoker.com. But until tomorrow, I appreciate you guys watching. Remember, like, subscribe to the channel to get notified whenever I put up one of these new update videos. Until tomorrow, guys, peace out.